Okay, once we have the idea, we can just, continue to do things that are, look slightly more complex as we go. Here we have this giant division problem. But again, we are dividing by a monomial. This is just one term. Remember, this top or this numerator here is 3 terms. This is a trinomial. Remember that terms are things that are separated by pluses and minus signs. So on bottom, this is 2 times x squared times y squared. It's not separated by a plus or minus, so this is a monomial. Now, from what we learned in the last video, as long as we're dividing by a monomial, we can separate out our giant fraction into separate smaller fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x squared y cubed, oops, not a very nice cube there, cubed, over 2x squared y squared. That's going to be my first fraction. Then minus 9xy cubed over 2x squared y squared. That's my second fraction. And then plus 16x squared y over 2x squared y squared. Now that I have these separated out into more manageable bites, we can go through and we can just reduce each one of these fractions. So for my first fraction, let's see, my 2's will cancel. I've got an x squared on top and an x squared on bottom. Those will cancel. And my y to the third over y squared, when you use your exponent rules, we would divide like bases. We're supposed to subtract the exponents, so that will be a y. Minus. Now, for our second fraction, let's look at the numbers first. 9 and 2. That will not reduce down any, so I'm going to just keep the 9 on top and the 2 on bottom. Now, as far as the x's, again, we can use our exponent rules. So that would be a 1 minus 2 is negative 1. That says we have x to the first on the bottom. Remember that an x to the negative 1 means 1 over x. And then we look at our y's. So we've got y to the third over y squared. So we're dividing like bases. So we would subtract the exponents again. 3 minus 2 would be 1. So it would be y to the first power. Plus, now let's do our last term here. 2 will go into 16 8 times. And I've got an x squared on top and an x squared on bottom, so those will cancel. So right now I've got an 8 on top, and then I've got y on top and y squared. So remember again, y to the first minus 2, so 1 minus 2 would be a negative 1. So that says that we really have to do the reciprocal of that y is in the wrong position. So for our final answer here, that's going to be 8 on top, and we're going to have to put the y on bottom. So our division simplifies into y minus 9y over 2x plus 8 over y.